The Step Pyramid is said to be the first Egyptian pyramid ever built, attributed to Pharaoh Djoser or Djoser of the Old Kingdom, 3rd Dynasty. Imhotep is the credited architect. Seemingly started as a mastaba and then expanded over multiple stages, it has a labyrinth of subterranean chambers, galleries, and a central shaft. During the time of our visit, it was closed for restoration, so we weren't able to see any of the interior. As for 2020, it's open for tourism, and considering I only saw a small percentage of the overall complex, I'm eager to return for a more in-depth exploration. The enclosure wall is constructed from Tura limestone and features the palace facade design. There are a total of 14 doorways, but only the one at the southeast corner is functional. The remaining 13 are false and said to be for the Ka. 14 doors makes me think of the 14 body parts of Osiris. Probably some symbolism there.
The pyramids, they didn't build it alone, but they used to build the pyramid and some other things around it, and we call it the pyramid complex. Okay, here, can you see this wall? Okay, they notice something here. It is decorated with a panel recess. Remember this shape because I will explain it inside. But you can see small cubes. Can you see it?
Yes.
Why? Try to guess.
There was covers on it.
Actually, they used to put something. They used to put something to reflect the light of the moon, so it was shiny by night.
Ooh.
Okay? The power of this area not coming from the rocks, okay? Or the majority of power, but coming from what?
Sorry?
Sound, ultrasonic. This is the main idea here. Coming from what? Sound, ultrasonic, okay? You will find while going inside, something very narrow and then going to wide. Again narrow and wide. Sound, it's easy to concentrate, okay, and focus and send it. Do you know right now, if anyone is suffering from cancer, what we use? Radiation, okay? Do you know cancer is actually not a virus, it's some cells inside the body not working well. This radiation kill all the cells, the good one and the bad one. So the people who use radiation, sick, okay? Something like this. Okay, during the ancient times, they used the ultrasonic. Ultrasonic, you can focus it on what? On the harmful cell. You can kill it and keep the good one. So do you know now one of the functions? So actually you are inside what? Hospital, clinic. Okay, welcome to the clinic, welcome to the hospital. Depending on what? Do you understand the idea? This is the idea. Look, if you will miss this idea, you will miss the function of all and the design of all this shape. Okay? It's all depending on using the power of the sound, the ultrasonic. Okay? One more time for the people who came later. Once you go inside, you will find what? Narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Okay? It's a sound. You need to focus, concentrate, and send it, and divide this one.
Honey,
Okay?
will you make sound inside?
Can I make sound inside?
Ultrasonic sound.
Echo.
The roofed colonnade has 20 pairs of multi-piece fluted columns. A wall then extends from each column to the side wall, creating recesses or stalls throughout the length of the passageway, each stall being comprised of the rounded fluting of the columns, smooth interior divider walls, square fluting the exterior back wall, and then these ceiling tiles. I can't tell if that's one carved block or a series of parallel blocks. Whether or not you buy into the sonic healing theory, this structure does appear to be utilizing, manipulating, or modifying sound, either purposefully or as a byproduct of the design. It's important to note, oral indigenous teachings state the pyramids were never intended as tombs, are some type of sonic machine, existed long before the pharaohs, and the dynastic Egyptians merely lived within their presence as we do today. This staircase and top area were off limits. Bummer. Next we made our way to the Hebset Court. Some say these are temples or chapels, others say it's the medical clinic. This area contains more of what I'm calling the sound-baffling architecture, because it reminds me of the diffusers and sound traps you'd see in a recording studio. It also has several niches, some large enough for a full person to sit or stand, others smaller and at chest height. When you stick your head into them, you can detect very low frequencies, like the resonant frequencies which can be heard in very quiet caves. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see much of this site due to construction as well as guardian blockage. For instance, there's a vertical shaft here, and then this area labeled as the South Tomb. Both were off limits. I spent my remaining time getting as close to the pyramid as possible. Due to the active work zone, we weren't able to walk around the perimeter. I was surprised to see smooth casing stones. I'm not sure if those are original or a restoration from a later dynasty. It's the Step Pyramid of Djoser. They're doing some repair work, it looks like.
Give it like 20, 30 minutes, let it get in your bloodstream, and it'll still feel like it, go yell at your boots. You really will. Oh yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't be.
It's like 6 levels. A bunch of the first course is missing. And that's the point where another tour member breached the blockade so he could touch the pyramid, which resulted in the guides and guardians yelling at us to come back to the group. The following is a collection of photos taken during my reluctant walk back to the bus. Before leaving Saqqara, we were able to explore a few tombs. The first was a mastaba-style tomb belonging to a high priest of Teti. Photos were prohibited, but as soon as I saw door hinge pockets, I couldn't miss the opportunity. This is the only instance of wood I ever saw in a door hinge pocket, I assume serving as a bushing. High relief carvings, some kind of offering table, and I'm not sure if this was for water or a pedestal for a sarcophagus. I also have no idea what this room is all about. The second was the 6th Dynasty Pyramid of Teti, which at this point just looks like a pile of rubble. It was opened in 1882 and is the second known pyramid to contain the pyramid texts. Entrance is on the north, and layout contains descending passage, horizontal passage, antechamber, chamber for the Ka statue, and burial chamber. The sarcophagus is made from dark sandstone and has a broken lid. The most interesting detail for me is the vaulted ceiling blocks, which are offset from one another. My gut says that design specifically has something to do with sound control. It's weird that they have these little protrusions. Unless they were maybe blocked up.
Yeah, in here I think not as good, but still good.
In that other version sounded really good.
Oh yeah, this